Kaya ano ba yun?
Ay, bakit sa labas mo ng kain? Sa mga laro dyan, halika na. Doon, sarado mo pa yung front door.
Apo, sinarado ko. Pasok na tayo. Kailangan na ako. Namimiss ko na si Kuya ay, mami.
Ah, dapat daddy mo namimiss mo.
Pero naman, hindi mo nakatiwas na daddy.
Ay, mali. Ano ba yan? Paano ba maglagay? Dipotik naman.
Wala ko dyan. Ano yung kapilitan yun? Kaya, meron akong salong.
Ganyan? Ganyan? Meron yung bang sa third year ang ano ng mga analysis?
Di ba?
Pero
Ang may topic ngayon si si Mambing.
ay, maganda sa Ambing. Tapos magbigay ng
Ng HR, hindi ko alam kung ibang session.
ang galing mo yan.
Hi, I'm Engineer Florinda H. Pingo, Director of the Alumni Relations and Development Office. The role of our office is to provide connections among students. It provides complete range of services to students, alumni, and employers in the area of career development, graduates, and professionals.
Ang problema at suliranin Paman, malaki na ang naging bahagi ng mga kababaihan sa lipunang Pilipino. Kaisa sila sa marugdog na paghahangad ng kalayaan ng ating lahi. Kabilang sila sa paglinang ng ating makulay na sining at mayamang kultura. Kasapi sila sa pagtataguyod ng mga adhikain ng kapwa mamamayan at sa pagtugon sa mga pangangailangan ng lipunan. Katuwang sila sa pagtuklas sa mga larangan ng agham at medisina. Kapanalig sila sa pagpapairal ng batas, karapatan at katarungan para sa lahat. Kabahagi sila sa paglilingkod sa bayan at sa pagpapanatili ng demokrasyang Pilipinas. Sa paglipas ng panahon, hindi nagmaliw ang kanilang pag-ibig sa ating inang bayan. Mga kababayan, ito ang alay ng mga kababaihang Pilipino para sa bayan. Tumayo po tayong lahat at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit.
Hello, good morning everyone. My God, we have a hard time fixing the sound. Everyone, my God, we have a hard time fixing the sound. What's that? Hard time fixing the sound. What's that? Wait lang ha. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Ba't nagdodoble? Hello, good morning. Wait.
Parang may delay na ano.
Wait. Good morning! Bakit nag-i-echo ako? Ano nangyari sa atin? Bakit nag-i-echo ako? Nangyari sa atin? Bakit nag-i-echo ako? No. Okay. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Ba't ganun? Hello, can you hear me? Okay. FB. Okay. Hello. Okay na po yung sound.
Sir, yes sir, okay na po. Okay na po.
Ayan. Sa Facebook? Okay. So, hello everyone. My God. What happened? This is our, how many times? Fifth? Lazy? So, welcome back. Welcome to our Baliksintang Paaralan webinar series. Apology po sa technicalities na nangyari sa ating ngayong umaga. My God. We'd like to acknowledge all the faculty of the different colleges of PUP, especially again the College of Engineering. Nandito po sila lahat supporting us for this event. Kamusta po ang ating mga estudyante? Kamusta po ang ating mga officials and faculty of all the different colleges, branches, and campuses of PUP? So, kumusta ang ating mga estudyante? Sir Kines, thank you po for joining us this morning. And I see other faculty members from the College of Engineering. Thank you for your support. Thank you po for sharing this event to our student. Maraming salamat po. So gusto ko lang kumustahin ang ating mga isko and iska, ang ating mga scholar ng bayan. Kumusta ang mga grades? Masaya ba? O okay lang? Wala namang naging problema sa mga grades ng first semester. Isang thumbs up nga dyan mga anak, mga PUPians. So very overwhelmed po ang ating mga participants this morning. Yan, masaya daw sila. Maraming nag-thumbs up. Ibig sabihin, they are good in with the last semester's performance ng lahat ng mga subjects. So ibig sabihin, pasado ang lahat with flying colors. And just a reminder, grades just a number. Pero laging tandaan, this is isa yan sa mga dapat na pinag-iingatan ng lahat ng estudyante. Okay? Pero importante pa din ay ang matuto, not just the academics but also the soft skills. Right? Napaka-importante ng soft skills natin kasi yan yung pakakasilamuhan natin sa kapwa kung paano tayo mag-decide in everyday living, kung paano maging positibo ang ating mga pananaw sa buhay upang tayo ay magtagumpay katulad ng ating mga alumni na medyo nasa posisyon na narating na nila yung kanilang mga pangarap. Although they're still dreaming para makapag-share pa rin sa bawat isa na at inanim lagi sa isip na siya ay PUP yan at ang PUP yan ay laging handang magbigay sa kapwa PUP yan at sa ibang mga tao sa Pilipinas. So please type a heart react po kung ready na po ang lahat. Pakakahingi po ba kami ng heart reacts sa ating mga participants? Yeah, there you go. Maraming salamat po ulit. Welcome back to PUP Alumni Webinar Series 2024. Our event will surely give us a lot of learnings about this morning's talk. I'm Engineer Ulito Mahagway, Chief Alumni Relations Services of ARCDO, and I am again delighted to serve you as your Master of Ceremony for today's webinar. I believe you will find this session to be both enlightening and engaging. So if you have any questions or concerns about this webinar, feel free to send me a private message via Zoom chat or meron po tayong FB Live. Pwede po tayo diyang mag-send ng mga questions or concerns about the experience for today's webinar. So again, just a few reminders. Primary objectives of the Alumni Talk series would be inspiration, to inspire the students to share their inspiring stories of success, grit and determination so that they will be motivated to continue being the best PUP in the workplace or anywhere in the world. Mentorship, encourage graduates to actively participate and volunteer in community events and offer mentorship, career advice, and guidance to students exploring their academic and professional paths. So tatandaan nyo, we've been doing this from October, November, December, January, February. So this is our 5th when I assume as the Chief Alumni Relations Services ng ARCDO. Another thing, for networking, to broaden the network of our community locally and globally, because some of our alumni are working here in the Philippines. Yung iba nating mga alumni ay nasa abroad, so pwede tayong makipag-connect sa kanila. And the last thing is knowledge sharing, to promote the exchange of ideas and knowledge between alumni and the academic community and create a dynamic alumni relationship that will stimulate interest, build loyalty, and increase engagement with the university. So our speaker today will talk about the topic beyond the mainstream, finding success in niche field. Ang ating speaker po ay isa sa aking mga SA when I was the laboratory head of computer engineering from 2014 to 2017. Pero ito medyo malayo-layo na yung kanyang narating when it comes to this field. So before we start, I'm going to go through some reminders to ensure the smooth flow of our program. May I ask the assistance of our staff here to share the screen, please? So please take note, number 1, our virtual house rules. Please take note that our microphones and cameras are automatically turned off as you enter the meeting. If you have questions from our speaker, please maximize the use of Zoom chat box, which can be found at the bottom section of the screen, and comment section for our participants in the FB Live. Make sure your questions concise and direct. Next, by joining this activity, you agree to participate in the recorded webinar that will be posted on related platforms such as websites, social media pages, and many more. Please provide your name and the college or organization you are affiliated with for proper identification So yung iba po complied already with the names. A digital certificate will be released 2 to 3 weeks after the conduct of this webinar. Still, it will be given to those who attended, participated, and completed the evaluation form at the end of the session. So we have sent already all their certificate 2 to 3 weeks. Medyo minsan maaga pa nga yung ating send na. Yes, sir. Mga 1 week o 2 weeks pag medyo maluwag po kami dito. So lastly, kindly visit the PUP Alumni Facebook page and YouTube channel, the PUP ArcDo TV, and don't forget to like and share the live stream videos so that other students and alumni can also learn and be inspired by the talk of our speaker for this webinar. Thank you, tech team. So to formally start, I think everyone is ready now. To formally start with these programs, let us all listen to our university president, Dr. Manuel M. Muhi, for his opening remarks.
A pleasant day to everyone, to our university executive officials, VP Tom Testor, deans and directors, department heads, AVP Floro Quindo, OJT coordinators, fellow faculty members, and to all our guest speakers, and most importantly, to our beloved students. Welcome and thank you for attending the Balik Sintang Paaralan activity. Thank you to ArcDo for organizing and hosting this event, which provides a great opportunity for the university to continue to engage with our alumni. Our alumni, as stakeholders, will always play a critical role in fostering a culture of excellence at our university. Their voices are very important and significant in pointing us in the right direction, being key contributors to their respective industries. And we recognize their roles as our university's ambassadors. I believe that our alumni are always eager to give back to their alma mater, and this webinar series provides an excellent opportunity for them to do so. Thank you to all of our alumni guest speakers for taking the time to mentor your fellow scholar ng bayan. Your many stories of tribulations and triumphs will undoubtedly inspire our students who want to follow in your footsteps and use education to achieve success. Your presence here today sends a message of hope to all PUPians that despite many limitations, it is possible to rise and that success is within reach with hard work, determination, discipline, and drive. To all of our student participants, may you be inspired and learn from our guest speakers who have already walked the path you're about to take. Listen to the valuable lessons they are about to share, ask questions, and take advantage of this opportunity to gain an understanding of the topics they will be discussing. Always remember that the first step toward achieving one's goals is to learn from others, followed by the courage to apply what you have learned in your own life. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, kaya huwag kayong matakot mangarap sapagkat kung mayroon kayong courage at saka determination and you keep on trying, I am sure na makakamit ninyo ang mga magagandang pangarap. Kagaya ng ating mga matatagumpay na alumni na magbabahagi ng kanilang mga karanasan bilang scholar ng bayan. May you, like our successful alumni, finally find the path you want to take and believe that you can be the best at it. And may you never forget the words of our PUP hymn, gagamitin ang karunungan mula sa iyo para sa bayan. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay ang Sintang Paaralan at pagpalain po tayo ng Panginoong May Kapal.
Okay po. Thank you. Thank you, Tech Team. Thank you, President Muhi. So laging lang pinapaalala yung katagang gagamitin ang karunungan mula sa iyo para sa bayan. Gusto kong makita yung ating mga participants muna bago natin i-introduce ang ating speaker. Tech Team, kindly remove the spotlight first. Thank you. para ma-acknowledge po muna natin sila. At okay, so meron tayong mga participants from BSBA. Thank you, BSBA. BSA sa College of Business Administration. Thank you. College of Institute of Technology. Okay, thank you from the CEM, CAF, College of Accountancy and Finance, Senior High School. Thank you sa mga taga College of Engineering. Yan. Thank you. Parang lagi kong nami-mention yung College of Engineering. Baka mag-dump ko yung mga ano. Sorry po. Sorry lang po. Thank you. Saan pa na? Okay, PUPians na lang. Maraming salamat po sa mga faculty na nag-share ng ating invitation. We have sent the invitation a month, 3 weeks before this event. So allow me to introduce our speaker. Our research speaker is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering. He started his career in game development as a junior Unity game developer for Definite Studios. He managed a total of 2 projects, mainly creating game systems, UI UX design, and implement back-end servers for the game he was a part of. He consistently brought results and has consistently been given an awards as an employee of the month in his studio. He held his position not only as a game developer but as a bridge between different of the company, as he doubled well in art and animation to ease the process in between departments. After delivering consistent result, he was then assigned as a lead game developer trainee for the company and spearheaded a new RPG game project. Wow. He recreated the entire back-end system for the game and managed the team. He was also tasked with facilitating meetings with the clients, including handling clients' relations and project management. Wow, ang anak ko, medyo level up na talaga. With his sheer drive, passion, and commitment towards game development, he was invited as a webinar master in the Software Engineering Day event hosted by the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, where he taught how to do platformer games in the Unity game engine. Laging kilala to, Unity game engine. He was also acknowledged by the country manager of Razer Philippines and was invited as a resource speaker for the first National Gaming Expo in the Philippines. The Philippine Game Dev Expo 23, in the event, he shared his advocacy, experience, and knowledge in game development as he talked about how to get started as a game developer in the Philippines for the educational track of event. Wanting to share more of his advocacy in game development, he then started teaching in the College of Arts and Technology as a part-time college instructor, where he taught and guided the students of Bachelor of Science in Entertainment and Multimedia Computing and Bachelor of Science in Computer Science in different aspects of game programming and programming, respectively. He was also a technical thesis advisor for one of the capstone of CITT fourth-year students. With his knowledge, expertise, and passion for teaching and game development, he was then awarded the Faculty Excellent Award at CITT. He has also been invited as a resource speaker for Batangas State University and Alangilan, Batangas, to share his advocacy in game development. In the event, he brought new knowledge to the computer engineering students of Batangas State University about the possibility of having a career in game development here in the Philippines. Getting more knowledge and experience in game development, our speaker created a small indie team called Code X Games, formerly known as the Racing Games or the RNG. His team competed in different games jam events and has recently won several awards in the National Game Jam event, Game Jam Plus Manila 2023. The team won Best Game Design, Best Sound Design, and the finalist for Best Art Direction in the Game Jam, even with their game Bounce Plus Plus Hamster Bounce. He then started working for one of the biggest indie games in the Philippines, Volunteer the Ascension, under the company CMD Studios. He created different game systems including UI, UX design, and system for the game. He was also tasked with various including VFX throughout the game. As he started his new job for the CMD Studio, he also started teaching as college instructor for the La Salle University College of St. Benilde, where he shares his advocacy for the game development and teaches game programming for freshman students. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Engineer Prensil Orben B. Abwe. Please give Sir a big round of applause. Sir?
Hello, good morning. Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful introduction.
Anak ko yan.
Tatay ko
Kita sa
yan.
noo. Basta ka na, nak?
Okay naman po. Been fun. It's been good po. It's been very fun to come back and talk again for the university.
Yes, pabaya ko na sa'yo. The floor is your nak. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have permission, sir, to share my screen po pala? Okay. Hello. Yeah. Can you guys see my screen na ba?
Yes, nak.
All right, thank you. So yeah, good morning, everyone. So I'm Engineer Prensil Abweg. You can call me Ren. So today we're going to talk about beyond the mainstream, finding success in niche fields. So Sir Mahagway already gave a brief introduction about me, but let me do another one because I think it will be very relevant in the things that we're going to talk about later on. So yeah, I'm Prensil Abweg. I'm a computer engineering graduate. My student number is 2013, but I graduated only last 2022. So I spent 9 years in college and I'm not ashamed of it. And we'll talk more about it later on because I really want to explore more about the notion na lesser years in college means success. But on the other hand, I studied for 9 years. So yeah, I'm also a professional Unity game developer now and instructor for Benilde. And yeah, and lately, I've been doing public speaking, mainly for career talks, educational talks, and motivational talks. And I hope this talk today will be quite motivational and educational at the same time for you guys. And yeah, let's talk about what we're going to talk today. So today, I want to talk more about our niche skills. What I mean by niche skills is probably skills that are far off or different from the course that tinitake nyo ngayon. So we'll talk more about my definition of niche skills later on. But for the most part, I'll mostly be talking about the creative industry rather than the engineering industry because I'm in the game industry myself. So I know more about the creative industry than the engineering industry since medyo naglumiko ako ng slight eh. So yeah. Pero yung game industry doesn't only consist of developers or programmers. There are a lot. They're like designers, game designers, they're UI UX artists, they're game artists, they're animators, they're modelers, there are even business development here and project management here. So yeah, it's different from the corporate style kasi medyo creative nga ito, but yeah, it's almost the same pa rin naman. So yeah, let's talk more of what we're going to talk about kasi I've listed here an outline of the topics of interest that might interest you guys. So I hope at least one of this topic is of interest to you, no? So we're going to talk about my definition of a niche field because there is a dictionary definition for it, and I do have my own definition for it that I advocate whenever I do talk. Tapos, we're going to talk about the notion of less years is not equal to success, and dahil nga minsan mahaba pa yung time natin sa studying, or sometimes since this is a niche field, so it's different from our current path. So sometimes self-doubt appears, and we're going to double on self-doubt is the enemy. Then, of course, in any field that we take, there are challenges. So we're going to navigate through that. And once we define the challenges, we're going to formulate different success strategies for it. So that's the outline for my talk. So let's get started. Let's talk about what is the niche field first. So whenever I do talks kasi, I want everyone to be relaxed because I just really share everything that I know. And usually I always share quotes because I have like an entire folder of like more than 50 quotes, and I really like sharing quotes and relating to quotes because I think whenever we share something na quotable, I think it's more madali siyang matatak sa utak ng tao. So before we start, what is a niche field? Let me share a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So, sabi niya dito, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. So, yeah, of course, for most quotes, we don't have to take it literally. So, ang gusto lang niya sabihin dito is, if there's a path in front of you, look beside it. Maybe it's a fork path. You can go to the left or to the right. If you still don't like the paths na nandun sa harapan mo, you can forge or pave your own path and leave a trail, and maybe some other people would follow. So yeah, din lang yung gusto kong ibigay na quote. Let's start with the definition of the niche field. So for me, for the dictionary translation of a niche field, it can be a comfortable or suitable position in life or employment. So it can be your comfort zone or something that you really wanted to do in life or employment. Another dictionary translation would be a specialized segment of the market for a particular kind of product or service. Like, for example, in terms of movies, if we categorize movies into different genres, we have horror movies. So people who enjoy horror movies, or film studios who sell horror movies, is part of that horror movie niche. The same goes with games. Like, there are games like puzzle games. If it's a puzzle game, then that puzzle game is a niche. So that's the dictionary translation for the niche in terms of like the market and services. So for me, my definition of niche, like I've been saying a while ago, is these are careers that are far off or not that common in your taken course that you've wanted to pursue. So for me, I took on game development after doing 9 years in college. Pero I don't even know anyone. I think I only know one person who is in the game development industry na within plus or minus 5 years ng batch ko. So it's a very niche career kasi rarely anyone takes it, and most people who did computer engineering did software engineering instead of games kasi nga medyo malayo yung games. And I think the game industry in the Philippines is still small, kaya medyo niche pa talaga siya here in the Philippines. Ayun, so that's my definition of niche field. So I hope that clears things up kasi we'll be using this word a lot more in the next slides. So yeah. Now that we're done with identifying what a niche field is, let's talk about this statement. Less years is not equal to success. So just like from before, let me go ahead and start it off with a quote ulit. Yan. So my quote here is by Richard Evans. It says here that your direction is more important than your speed. And I have here a small picture that denotes it. You should focus on the direction and not the speed. As we all know, there's like a folklore, I guess, if that's the correct term, about the hare and the turtle, right? So yung hare or yung bunny, or rabbit, of course, mas mabilis siya sa turtle, but the turtle won the race kasi what the bunny did is hindi siya nag-focus sa direction ng race, right? So he did a lot of other things. Nag-segue pa siya, nag-procrastinate pa siya kasi he was very confident that he would win against the turtle. But the turtle, being dedicated towards the direction of the path, he walked down the path slow and steady and finished the race first than the hare. So that's just what I wanted to say, that the direction is always going to be more important than the speed. Right. So next, here. So for less years not equal success, I want to have here some bullet points. Number one, graduating late doesn't mean that you'll get a bad job than the others who didn't. I'm not saying na yung mga nakatapos agad, like for example, if it's a 4 or 5 year course and they finish 4 or 5 years, doesn't mean that they won't get a good job. I'm just saying that there are people who did finish early in their college degree, pero it took them a while to get the job. It took them 1 or 2 years before they found a job. And I'm not even saying na yung mga na-late din, makakuha din agad ng job dahil na-late sila. That's not the case. I'm just saying na whether you're late or you're early, we all have our own speed. And hindi naman porket late ka na natapos, you get a worse job than the others. Ayun. So, next would be your grades won't define your future. So, maganda kasi sinabi ni Sir Mahagoy a while ago na grades is just a number. And I do agree with that actually. Kasi nga, I've told you guys, I've done college for 9 years. I was very diligent in my study naman, but things happen, personal stuff, financial stuff, I have to stop, I have to work. But my grades really did get affected. I was running for Latin honors. Medyo mataas yung grades ko. Not to brag or anything, but to inspire na medyo mataas siya, but soon enough, it got affected by personal things and personal stuff. So the grades dwindled down. I got withdrawn from a lot of my subjects. I got dropped from some of my subjects. I had to stop. I have to study and go back in and out of school. But it didn't, at first, I did let it define who I am and what will happen to my future. But I accepted na hindi naman dito nagtatapos ang lahat. It's not about the grades. And nowadays, not just here in the Philippines, mas talamak pa siya in other countries na more and more jobs are becoming more skill-based now. And most of the jobs doesn't really require a degree anymore. I'm not saying na you should stop whatever you're doing, stop your school. No, I'm just saying na less and less jobs requires a degree and it's focusing more on the skills of the people. So yeah, your grades won't really define your future. All right, let me take a quick water break. Ayun, so in order to discuss this further, I have here some samples. I think you know these people naman. Like, we have here Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and Bill Gates. So what's common among them is they didn't actually finish college. Like, for example, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs did 1 semester in college lang. And he dropped off, tas ginamit niya yung pera na binibigay sa kanya ng parents niya to do something else. Then he founded Apple. Then the same goes for Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. They both studied in Harvard, but they dropped out and created their own company na lang. And look at them, look how successful they are. So this proves more to the fact that last year's is not equal to success, or getting a degree is not always equal to success. It still falls on the amount of effort and dedication you put in. And my next example would be a bit embarrassing kasi it's going to be myself. So, yeah, 9 years nga ako sa college, but I did a lot of things. I'm a Unity game developer now, and I've been teaching in College of St. Benilde and CIIT before. And I also co-founded a indie studio. It's called Racing Games. So, I finished 9 years in college. That's like twice the amount of time I need to finish my degree. But hindi naman ibig sabihin na nagpe-fail ako kasi I persevered. I did a lot of stuff. I studied, improved on my skills, and didn't give up. So let's talk more on this. So yeah, I graduated after 9 years of college. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what career path to take. What's close to me was that games, because I've been playing games since I was like 4 or 5 years old. And I think almost everyone here in the call or everyone here watching Facebook Live have played games once in their life, right? Or maybe you guys have something that you really want to do in your life. It might be maybe drawing, or maybe you want to be a public speaker, or you want to make a career out of public speaking. Maybe you want to be a streamer, game streamer. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. Kahit naghanap ang tapos yung college, you can always take a different path. Next is, I had no background in game development. So 9 years ako nag-aral, but not a single year I've done game development in those 9 years. So what I did is studied on my own. I studied on my own, created a lot of stuff, and we'll be discussing this more in the later slides. And yeah, I have no experience in leading a game studio, but look at me. I already co-founded my own game studio. So I just want to break this notion that less years is not equal to success. And to end this topic, I would want to share another quote. It's something that I believe in. You're not late, hindi ka late, nauna lang sila. So hindi ka talaga na late, nauna lang sila. We all have our own timelines, and I think in our own timeline, we will be the best version of ourselves lang din. Yeah. So yeah, now that we're done with the notion of less years is not equal to success, let's talk about self-doubt. Kasi the number one thing na happens if you done more years in college, or if you fail your grades, or if you took a different path, is having self-doubt. And I'm one of the victim of those. That's why I want to talk more about it. But before we start, let's do another quote again, and because I really like quotes. The quote is by Sylvia Plath. So the quote is, the worst enemy to creativity is self-doubt. So in this sense, I think from what I understood here is that the only person that could stop you from reaching the best version of yourself is yourself then. So that is because the cause of self-doubt. I mean, it's because of self-doubt. Ayan. So let's talk about the main probable causes of doubt in taking up a new career. Kasi nga, if, for example, if you took on, for example, psychology, but you don't want to be a psychometrician, you don't want to be an HR or any of the field related to that, and you wanted to pursue different career, like maybe if you want to pursue a career in game development, you want to be a game designer. So it's different from psychology, right? So the number one cause of doubt would be no support from others. I think this is the pinakamasakit na part of the reason bakit nagkakaroon ng self-doubt is most of the time you would want to have support from the people that are close to you. Maybe your loved ones, your friends, or even your partner, or your girlfriend or partner in life. So the hardest part is not getting support from them. Kasi sometimes you do get to hear things like this, and these are the things that I've heard over the years that I'm trying to pursue game development is, number one, di ka makakahanap ng work dyan. Kasi nga, game development is very small, or even if ibang field, maliit lang, it's hard to find the work daw. Next is, maliit lang sahod niyan, wag dyan. Yeah. Kasi they would say na, engineering yung kinuha mo, ba't ka nag-work ng hindi engineering, maliit lang yung sahod dyan. So, napakasakit niya marinig, diba? Kasi it's different eh. Iba yung gusto mo gawin eh. But people would say this to you. Then people would say it's just for hobby. Hobby lang siya, walang career dyan. And next is, the worst part that I heard is sinasayang mo lang yung course mo sa ginagawa mo. So, you took a course but you pursue something different from your course. So, whenever you hear this stuff, of course, sometimes it gets to you. But from what I've learned is this. What we should do is we should ignore the background noises. Then, we should believe in ourselves, and we should work on ourselves. Because it's hard to believe on yourself if you haven't really done anything to improve on yourself. So, believe in yourself, work on yourself, and then ignore the background noises. But I know that some of us is hindi kaya gawin itong mga bagay na to. So, if you can't do these things, what you can do is at least to surround yourself in people that believes and motivates you. There was a story that I've read way back. Like, there was this guy, he really doubts himself, but meron siyang kaibigan na sobrang pinagkakatiwalaan niya. He really trusts this person. Then, sabi ng tao na pinagkakatiwalaan niya is, if you don't believe in yourself, then believe in me. Dahil pinagkakatiwalaan mo ko, believe in me that believes in you. Then yung taong nagkakaroon ng self, that he was like, yeah, naniniwala nga ako sa'yo. I trust you enough. So, I'll trust you that you trust me. And soon enough, that person became successful then kasi he has support around him. There are people that motivates and believes in him. So we'll talk more in finding this kind of community later on. So yeah, now that we talk about the first probable cause, which is no support from others, let's talk about the fear of taking a new path. Kasi nga naman, it's a different path. You don't know where the path will take you, and parang nakakapanghinayang din na ang dami mong iiwan for the new path. So I have a quote here that just explains that. Like, by Lewis, it's there are far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Sometimes we get too focused of the things that we had, that we can't really focus on the things that we may have in the future. Sometimes it can be greater things that what we had, sometimes not, but sometimes it can be. We don't know. So it's always good to always look forward ahead. It's good to look behind and learn from our mistakes, but it's always good to walk ahead and see the future and be excited about the future. Kasi whenever you try to do something else, you're not starting from scratch. You're really not starting from scratch. You're starting with experience. So gaya ng example na binigay ko a while ago, what was that? Yung psychology course. If you are taking psychology, for example, and you want to do game development or game design, for example, or even not psychology, we have here from business course, right? If you're taking a business course and you want to do game development and you want to do game design, right? So gagawa ka ng mga game ideas, then other people would turn it into games. You're not really starting from scratch, you're starting with experience kasi if you're psychology, there's something called game psychology. So you have to know how people think para ma-enjoy nila yung game. Like, may mga taong ganito ba, na-enjoy ba nila yung game kapag mas mabilis yung game? May mga tao ba na na-enjoy nila kapag chill lang, relax lang, ganun na yung game? And for business people naman, you have to know what games do sell and what games don't sell. So when you formulate an idea, you base it on the market. Like, sikat pala ngayon is games like Palworld, which is yung sumisikat ngayon, or gacha games like Genshin Impact. So more or less, since you have a business background, you can research na and speculate kung ano yung mga games na mag-sell from this data. So, are you starting from scratch? No. You have an experience just on another part of the industry that you're trying to take. So, ito yung gusto ko talagang i-show. Like, you're not starting from scratch, but you're starting with experience. The same goes for me. I did computer engineering, so I have a background in programming. So when I did game development, although hindi lang siya pure programming kasi it's a lot, there are engines you have to work, you have to do UI UX, you have to do art, you have to do animations, which is things na wala naman talaga ako experience before, but I didn't start from scratch. I had programming experience. At least yung programming, naka-check na siya sa checkbox. I don't have to do it anymore. Yung iba na aralin ko. Ayun. So, in order to support more of this, I have here some numbers. Like, if you're really scared of taking a new path, I have here some numbers with regards to people who took the path that is laid in front of them. Not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just basing it on research and numbers. So we have here, like, studies show that 60% of people are emotionally detached at work. So, yung mga tao nag-work lang just for the sake of doing work and they don't really care about work anymore. That's why they're emotionally detached. Then, research says that 19% of people are reported being miserable at work. Like, hindi talaga nila gusto yung work nila and they're just working kasi kailangan nila mag-work. And one more thing is in the Philippines, 37% of people who are employed are actually unhappy with their jobs. It can be unhappy because of the lack of compensation or salary or hindi lang talaga nila gusto yung ginagawa nila. So, if you're having self-doubts or if you're scared of taking a new path na you've been thinking na gusto mo talaga kunin pa, like bata ka pa, like for example, you are doing law but you really wanted to draw, you've been drawing your entire life pero you're forced to take law because of other people, then why not pursue that? Why not try it kasi, 'di ba? Kasi what I want for everyone here in this call is that I hope that none of the people here that are attending the seminar or watching the Facebook Live is part of that 37% who are unhappy. So, yeah, now that we're done talking about self-doubt is the enemy, of course, hindi lang naman laging roses and rainbows and butterflies yun. Of course, there are challenges that we have to take when we do anything else in the life, diba? Kasi di naman palagi dapat na maganda lang yung sinasabi ko. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I want to be very realistic about here. And let's talk about the challenges so that you can also think and weigh on the scale if it's worth it or not for you. So, yeah, let's talk about the major challenges in the niche field. Like, for example, here I'll be doing game development as an example kasi game development is my field nga. So, number one, I think this goes not for game development lang, but for most niche fields like in art or other stuff. I think number one is scarcity of job openings. Kasi nga, medyo maliit pa yung field na to, so jobs are really hard to come by. And dahil maliit tong field na to, the market becomes too competitive kasi marami kang kalaban na they've been trying to improve themselves then. So, because of the scarcity of job openings, what happens is it becomes a portfolio-centric industry. So, meaning to say is, jobs in niche fields requires a lot of skills and talent. So, meaning to say, you really have to produce a lot of stuff in order to have an edge on the other applicants or in order to stay relevant in the field. You have to produce a lot of skills. You have to have talent. But for me, I still believe that skill is part of talent, that talent can be nurtured pa rin. So, you really have to study and learn a lot. So, next is that most niche fields have poor compensation. So what do I mean by this? I just put it in a better word, like poor compensation, but it's really low income, low salary. Why? Because most niche fields are fields of passion and fields of dreams. Like mostly people here, patagal nilang pangarap to or talagang passion nila to, and they would do anything, like literally anything just to get in the field or the industry like this. So most of the time, we're taken for granted. Like, the company mindset becomes something like this. Ay, gusto mo naman kasi mag-drawing, di ba? So, you do anything para magkaroon ng trabaho to draw. So, babarating ko yung sahod mo, lilitan ko yung sahod mo, kasi you'll do anything naman. You'll take this job no matter what I give to you kasi mahal mo naman yung ginagawa mo. So, most of the company's mindset becomes like this, but hindi naman lahat. So, I think I'm just very blessed na yung company ko right now, which is Noy Farben, doesn't really compensate that low. They properly compensate their employees. So, yeah, you just have to find the right company for you then. Ayun, so that's one of the three of the things that I want to talk about. More would be it requires time and money. Like, it takes time to improve kasi nga, although you're not starting from scratch, you are starting from experience, but konti pa lang din kasi yung experience mo. So you really have to learn a lot more things. And sometimes it requires a budget kasi if you're not working and you're trying to learn, then you require budget to sustain yourself. Or sometimes if you want to be efficient with the process or streamline the process, then you have to do some courses. But meron namang mga free courses like sa YouTube, sa Coursera, but sometimes may mga paid courses and certifications na kailangan mo bayaran in order to improve more. So that's what I mean by it requires time and money. And next is it's high risk. Like, for example, if you're financially challenged, it's hard to break in without pure dedication. Like, if you're financially challenged, syempre, you won't have all the time in the world to do what you want to do, right? If you are artist and you want to draw, wala kang pera. So you have to find a full-time job. If you have a full-time job, you're working from 9 to 5. After 9 to 5, then the rest of the hours, you'll be working on yourself to improve your skills. So that's more than like the entire day you're doing the entire day in order to just improve yourself. And that's very hard without passion and dedication. If you're not financially challenged naman, and what you could do is you really have enough time and budget to do everything kasi you're not financially challenged, you can do the whole day to study, but that's still hard kasi if you keep on repeating something over and over again, it still requires discipline and dedication pa rin. So for me naman, I used to live before and I live alone before, so I'm quite financially challenged back then. So what I did is I did part-time jobs while studying for game development. So part-time jobs like teaching, public speaking. Minsan kasi pag na-invite ka into a public speaking event, you get paid for it sometimes. So part siya na nagiging budget ko. And while I was doing that, I was studying and improving on myself. So those are the things that you can do. It's a very high risk, but I think it's a very high reward naman din. Kasi if it's something that you really love and something that you've ever dreamed of and you finally achieve that, I think it's very rewarding. I think you'll be happy for the rest of your career and you won't be part of the 37% that we're talking about a while ago, diba? So yeah, that's it for the challenges. Now let's formulate different success strategies to solve these challenges that we have. Yeah, so success strategies, we start off again with the quote, and I think I made this quote. I mean, I didn't make this quote. It's a combination of different quotes, but it's something that I always say and something that I want to prove to everyone that follows me. Kasi nga I lead a studio and I have people under me that follows me and probably idolize me in some way or another. So I want to prove to them that hard work, efforts, and dedication will never betray you. And I think there was a part of my life that I have proven this kasi the game industry is very bad all across the globe. Like there are a lot of layoffs, marami natanggal ng trabaho. And I was one of them. I lost a job for 6 months and I don't have any job and I was living alone nga. And I did everything. I put in effort, I put in dedication, nag-aral, nag-seminar, whatever, nag-part-time. Tas after part-time, I'll be studying. And I think I've proven to them now that the hard work and dedication will never betray me kasi I've been scouted by Benil. I'm now as instructor there. I founded my studio and I've been winning game jams with my team and now I'm a professional game developer, right? So yeah, enough of that and let's talk about the success strategies. So number 1 is improve and train your skills like we've been talking a while ago. So we need to keep an upward trend of growth. So in order to keep an upward trend of growth, what you need to do is have discipline. Create a discipline to always be a better version of yourself. Do different tutorials or guidelines all across the internet kasi sobrang dami ng resources ngayon eh. We do have YouTube na pwede ka manood ng mga YouTube videos to study. We do have Coursera. Sometimes Google gives free courses, ganun. And there are a lot of different websites there na you could use. So for me, what I did is I studied game development. Pero you have to learn more about yourself then. Kasi ako, kilala ko yung sarili ko. Tamad ako kapag mag-isa ako, pero masipag ako pag may kasama ako. So, part of me is really scared. I think most of me, not just part of me, most of me, talagang natatakot ako ma-judge ng people around me, and I don't really like to be embarrassed in public. So what I did is, I want to learn about game development. I started a YouTube channel. I started streaming on Twitch. That's why I developed public speaking then, kasi I started talking and talking and talking in Twitch while I was streaming, and in YouTube, on my YouTube videos, I kept on talking. So what I did, I exposed myself in public to the most vulnerable version of myself that I could think of, para kapag tinamad ako mag-aral ng game development, people would criticize me for it. Uy, intro boy pala to, tinapos lang niya for a day or two, tapos hindi na niya tinuloy. And it helped me a lot kasi kilala ko nga yung sarili ko na ganun ako eh. It helped me a lot. I did game development for 30 days straight. I stream in the morning, then in the evening, I would edit my videos and I would study during my free time. I did that for 30 days. Then, nag-upload ako ng YouTube sa videos. After 30 days, I started applying up for a job. In-stop ko siya kasi nag-start na ako mag-apply for a job. Then, natanggap ako sa first job na in-applyan ko, which is yung Definite Studios. Then, I got in as a professional game developer. Then years later, I've soon developed my team, which is in Racing Games. I have now a team, and we've been doing games now like the following that you see on your screen. We have Bounce Plus Plus, which is the one that won Game Jam Plus Manila. We have Donut of Hanoi. We have Desolation All for One. So there are a lot more games that we did. But yeah, it started from me making the first step of, sige nga, tamad ako mag-aral mag-isa. Expose ko yung sarili ko sa public, gawa ko ng videos, mag-aral ako, then I'll pursue my dream. So that's what I did. Next, as I was pursuing my dream, syempre, kailangan may portfolio ka din. Kasi, like I've said, more and more careers or in this industry or in this niche field, more and more jobs requires a lot of skill and talent. And the only way that they'll know of you is through portfolio. Kasi, pag nag-apply ka, they want to really know who you are. Like, sino ba to nag-apply na to? I don't even know this person. But if you have a portfolio to advertise yourself, kasi I've always told this to my students, na you yourself is a product, and hindi mahalaga kung anong quality ng product. I guess mahalaga siya, pero it doesn't really matter that much. What matters most is how you advertise the product. Kasi if you guys know, if you guys do Shopee or Lazada, or if you do online shopping, there are a lot of products out there na hindi naman maganda yung quality, but they get sold kasi maganda yung pagkaka-advertise sa kanya. It's the same for people. So, if you have a portfolio to show, like for example, I have a website. Meron na kasi mga website ngayon na free, like Canva, you can create your own website, WordPress, or I don't know about the others, but there are a lot of websites na for artists. There's ArtStation. For developers, there's Itch. There's Behance as well for artists. Marami ng website na pwede ka mag-produce ng portfolio mo. For me, I created the portfolio kasi I wanted to do more. I want to advocate more about the game development industry in the Philippines. So, most of my portfolio are about public speaking engagement. Yun yung nasa top. Then, if I scroll down, nandun yung mga games developed kasi I only want that to be secondary whenever I share my website. So, yeah, you have to build up your portfolio to be 1% better every day. So this is something that I've read just recently. So I have this book. It's called Atomic Habits. I really like this book, and I suggest you guys, I would like to recommend it to you guys na to read this book then. So sabi kasi sa Atomic Habits, 1% better every day daw. So at first, you might think na 1% better every day is just a small number kasi 1% lang siya eh. In decimal, what's 1%? That's 0.01. It's very minuscule. It's very a tiny percent lang. Pero kasi, he did the formula that 1% better every day is equal to 37.8 times better every year. So if you look at the small scale of things, like yung ito lang, 1% better every day is not that much. But if you look at the grander scale of things, if you look at it in a macro view, 1% better every day for 365 days a year is 37.8 times better. So we have here a graph then. Ang tawag dito ni James Clear, the creator of this book, Atomic Habits, it's called The Power of Tiny Gains. So the Power of Tiny Gains says that 1% better every day is denoted by the formula 1.01 raised to 365, which is equivalent to 37.78. But 1% worse every day is 0.99 raised to 365. It's 0.003. So, ano ba yung gusto ko iparating dito is that mas madali na wala kang gawin everyday. Kasi you hardly notice it in the long run. Like, kahit lumipas yung 5 years, 0.03 times 5, that's 0.15 times. 0.15 times kang worse than what you are 5 years ago, you'll hardly notice it. Napakadaling walang gawin. But if you do something 1% better every day, that's 38 times in a year. And in 5 years, that's how much? 38 times 5, that's 190. That's 190 times better in 5 years, diba? And what I also want to point out is in the power of tiny gains kasi, its improvements are hard to notice. Like, kasi nga, sobrang konti lang niya eh. Pag tinignan mo siya everyday 1%, that's so small. You can hardly notice it. Pero if you look at it in a large scale of things, saan mo lang siya makikita. So, mahirap to come up from day 1, go up to 265th day. Napakahirap nun. Kasi, one whole year yun eh. Pero kasi, yun nga, improvements are hard to notice. Pero yung mistakes, you see them all the time. Lagi mo nakikita yung mga pagkakamali mo, pero yung mga nagagawa mong maganda, sometimes very hard to notice. I think this is the same logic as to why people who go to the gym quit going to the gym. Kasi they go to the gym, they look themselves in the mirror, they lift some weights, di naman nila nakikita na lumaki agad yung muscle nila. They do it every day for 1 or 2 weeks, then they hardly see any differences. Kaya ang ginagawa nila, nakikwit na lang sila. Why? Kasi ang hirap nga naman pumunta sa gym. You have to wake up, maliligo, pupunta ka sa gym, pag-uwi mo, maliligo ka ulit, magpapagod ka doon, magpapawis ka doon. It's sweaty, it's hard, it's difficult. So, most people, titigil na lang talaga. Kaya ayun, kasi improvements are hard to notice. Ayun, so what's important here, yun ang gusto ko iparating is build up the discipline to be motivated every day despite your mistakes and setbacks. That's just all I wanted to say when you have to be 1% better every day. We'll talk more about this later on. I have other examples for this on the next strategies. For now, the number one thing, I think sinabi din ni Sir Mahagway to, or I think this is the main goal of this webinar series is to expand the network, diba? I think it's very important then when you are trying to find your jobs in different careers, not just in niche fields, like you have to connect to people, join events, or strike a conversation. So nowadays, people crave for human interaction kasi most of the things are digital, right? Most of the things are digital, most of the things are online. So there are a lot of events na. Pero before pa naman marami na. I think mas marami lang ngayon. Like there are game expos and conventions for games. So it's really good to join these events and expand your network and strike conversation with different people. Or even in social media sites like LinkedIn, you can connect with different people to know more people. I think it's not that hard to strike a conversation if you really love what you are doing. Kasi if you know what you're doing, if you love what you're doing, and you find other people with the same interests and you talk about it, I think you could talk for days non-stop. Kasi parehas nyo gusto yung ginagawa nyo, parehas nyo gusto yung pinag-uusapan nyo. So in the games industry, we have expos and conventions like PGDX. So yeah, I was one of the resource speaker there. And I think this is one of the turning points of my life because this event is a national event. So there are a lot of companies here. And this is where I expanded my network tremendously. So I think it's also safe to say na I am here in the company that I am here right now. And I'm also teaching in Benilde because of this event. I've met people from my company there and I've met people from Benilde. I talked to them and I attended the event, I talked to them, tapos nakipag-usap ako, connection lang ako, networking, and they offered me jobs, they offered me opportunities, and even if hindi sila directly if you connect with the people, yung tao na yon, yung kilala niya, baka may kilala pa yung kilala niya, at yung kilala nun, may kilala pa na makakatulong sa'yo to land that job. So it's just literally like a web or spider web na it's pahaba siya ng pahaba. That's why it's really important to make a connection. That's just my point. Make a connection, expand your network. The next success strategy would be to find a good mentor, someone that you can learn from or get feedback from or get advice and guidance from. Back in my college days, Sir Mahagway was my mentor. But when I was doing game development it's really hard to find one kasi I know no one in the game industry. Like I've said, it's a niche field. It's very hard to find a mentor there. So it's one of the things that can make or break your career. So a good mentor can teach you things and feedback and advice nga. But unfortunately, not every one of us can get mentors or know mentors that easily. Kagaya nga ng sabi ko, I myself do not even have one. Pero the mentor doesn't really have to be someone that knows you. it can be a public figure that doesn't even know about you. So for me, it's a YouTuber. My mentor was a YouTuber. His name is Brakis. He has a YouTube channel. He talks about game development. I watch his videos. I study his videos. I learned from his videos. And hindi niya ako kilala, pero siya, mentor ko siya. I learned from him. And mga games na ginagawa ko is inspired by the tutorials that he does. Maybe you can find someone like this. There's a lot of YouTubers naman that teach us really good stuff, and streamers as well in Facebook or in whatever platform, and maybe in books. Book authors can be your mentor as well. Like for me, James Clear is one of my mentor kasi whenever I do talks, I always refer to Atomic Habits. It's a really good book. But yeah, that's what mentor can make or break your career. So it's really good to find a mentor. The next is, if you can't find a mentor, it's about finding a community, which is pinag-usapan natin a while ago. So when you want to find a community, you want to acquaint yourself with people with similar interests or people who supports what you do. Nowadays naman, I don't think na it's that hard to find a community because since we're living in a digital world, finding communities are not that hard kasi with the sheer amount of social media networking sites available. There's Facebook, there's LinkedIn, there's Discord, there's Reddit, there's Twitter. There's a lot of social media networking sites where you can find a community for you. Make sure to find one that suits your skills or your needs or your interests, and make sure that they are good people. For the game in development industry, we have Indie Games Group Philippines. It's called IGGPH. So we actually just had an event 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was in Google Taguig BGC. So nag-meet up lang yung iba't ibang indie game developers. They're not even part of companies. Like individuals lang sila na want to meet up and know more people in the industry. Meron din dito mga companies, but most of these are indies, so individuals lang sila. And it's really fun to strike a conversation with people. Although it's embarrassing at first, pero since you both have similar interests naman, kasi nga, community siya ng niche mo. So, mas madali makipag-usap sa mga tao. Pero sure ako na mahirap pa rin talaga pumasok, lalo na if you are an introvert. So, on the other hand, what I did is I also built my own game community. I've been building my own community, racing games, with my indie game studio as my core. We have a Discord server. I've been inviting my students and other people that are interested in the game development industry, not just as a consumer, not just as a producer, but also as a consumer as well. So we've been building this Discord server. So if you're someone or if you know anyone who is interested to join, then feel free to hit me up on my socials, which I'll be sharing later on. Ayan. So the last one, marami pa kasing ibang success strategies that we could think of, but for now, I think this is the main core ones, the 6 ones. The 6th one is surround yourself with things related to what you want to do. So let's define this further. So may mga times kasi na it's really hard to continue doing your 100% every day. So we have here a quote like, when you only have 40% and you give that 40% buo, you still gave your 100% kasi 40% out of 40% divided by 40%, it's 1, and 1 is 100%. So you're still giving your 100%. There are times kasi na hindi natin mabibigay yung 1% natin, and sometimes we can't really do much. So if you look at here, we have progress na hindi full. It's like sobrang konti lang. We have progress na full yung circle. So if you can't really do much, if you surround yourself with things that you really like to do, like for example, you're an artist and you have a goal to be 1% better every day, you need to draw 2 or 3 faces of a character, right? And if you can't do that, kasi nga, maybe you're mentally exhausted, emotionally drained, what you can do is surround yourself with things related to you. Like, for example, I just watched a clip or 1 or 2 minute clip of someone drawing a photo, and I learned something from it in that 1 to 2 minute video. It would still be a great help in keeping you in the loop of the things you want to improve on. If you don't think that is progress, I would tell you otherwise, because that's still progress. It might not feel the full 1% that you're trying to aim, but if it's 0.5% of that 1%, it's still huge in the larger scale of things. So keep in touch with the things that you do so that you stay in touch of the things you want to do then. So we have a saying kasi na you are what you eat. Essentially, if you surround yourself with things related to you, then it helps you become better on these things that you want to do, either passively or subconsciously. So you really don't have to do much. You just have to surround yourself with things related to what you want to do. So yeah, that's just it for me for my success strategies, and that's it for my topic. But I want to end this topic with another quote that's been stuck on my mind for quite some time now, and I think it's a really good quote because it's an ancient Filipino quote. So we have a quote that is called Hiraya Manawari. So Hiraya Manawari, it's an ancient form of the Filipino saying or phrase, sana mangyari. So Hiraya means sana and Manawari means to happen or mangyari, which essentially means may the wishes of your heart be granted. So for anyone here in this call or in this seminar or anyone watching on Facebook Live, I hope that whatever you want to do in life, I hope that Hiraya Manawari, may the wishes of your heart be granted. So I'll be sharing my socials now. These are my socials. You can follow me on LinkedIn. You can follow me on this link.com/Pencil Abueg, or you can connect with me. So just search Pencil Irvin Abueg. Our games, you can play it on your browser or you can download it. You can play it on cessner.io. Or if you want to check more of what I do, you can check out my website as well in cessner.mycanva.site. Or I do have here my contacts as well. This is my public contacts naman. So you can contact me on Discord using this username, Cessner. I have my email address here as well, pencilabreg@gmail.com, and my phone number here as well. So if you have any questions or suggestions, or if you just really want to have someone to talk to, if you want a community, if you want a mentor, I'll be there to help. You can contact me. So yeah, thank you so much for inviting me here again, Sir Magway. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to me. And I hope that at least one of you learned something new today. That's just what I'm praying. So yeah, thank you so much. That's it for me.
Okay. Ibang-iba na yung anak ko. Thank you so much, Gary. Thank you so much, anak. Thank you so
Thank you,
much
sir.
for sharing, for accepting our invitation. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise, your experiences. Wow. Nakakatuwa. Beyond the mainstream, finding success in niche fields. Apakahusay naman ng anak ko.
Thank you, sir. You're flattering me so much.
Pa-spotlight nga ng isa.
Stop ko na po ba yung share ng screen, sir?
Okay. Pa-stop. Spotlight din natin ang aking anak. Magkumustahan muna tayo. Parang konyong-konyo ka na ngayon.
Ano, sir? Work hazard.
Yeah. I see being what do you call that? Biniled. You talk a lot of Englishero there.
True,
from
sir.
Time to time.
We have Chinese
guys,
students din kasi eh.
Yeah. Ibang-iba na ang Renz Abueg na naging estudyante ko, na napakahusay na estudyante. To tell you honestly, Renz is the top performing student in all of my classes. Kaya nga ang binibigay ko sa kanya every semester na nagiging estudyante ko siya is 1.0. Di ba na?
Yes.
Ano?
Opo.
Tama yan. Kasi Renz is also a graduate of Marikina Science High School, right? Na?
Yes, sir. Marikina.
Okay. Naging SA ko yan, kaya kilala ko yung mga yan. Yung mga naging SA ko ay mga matatagumpay ang buhay. Si John Ray, kaninang umaga, ka-message ko siya, nasa Australia.
Yes, sir.
Ngayon, pinadala ng company at he is applying for permanent residency there after resigning sa isang malaki ring company. So, nagbigay siya ng nandoon na siya ngayon. Ang daming mga ang daming mga words ang tawag doon, yung mga inspiring words na nanggagaling, parang nakikita na nga sa hairline. Diba? Nakikita na sa hairline. And what struck me most is yung una mong sinabi na the power of tiny gains. 1% better every day is equal to 37.78 in 1 year.
Yes, sir.
And 1% worse every day is 0.03. Tama ba, anak?
Yes, sir. Tama po.
So what you have to do is to improve. Improvements are hard to notice. Yeah. Makikita mo naman yung improvements mo talaga. Hindi mo agad makukuha yan in one day. Makikita mo yan sa mga susunod na panahon. Iba na pala.
Yes.
Iba na pala
That's
yung
true.
na-achieve ko. Iba na pala ako dati.
Yeah.
But mistakes, you see them all the time. Kaya nga yung 1,000,000 ginawa mong kabutihan, once na nakagawa ka ng isang pagkakamali,
Yes.
ekes na
Ekis
yung
na.
pagiging mabuti mo. Kaya be careful every time, lalo na sa panahon ngayon. But also, you have to surround yourself with things related to what you do. Wow. Who are what you eat? You are what you eat. Tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So everyone, thank you once again, Nak, for sharing your time.
Thank you.
May we ask the audience kung meron po silang mga tanong?
Yeah, feel free.
Meron po bang mga tanong? Kung gusto nyong sumama kay Renz, kay Engineer Renz Abueg sa kanyang advocacy? Meron po bang mga tanong? Questions from our participants? Kasi English yata anak yung ano mo eh.
Kahit Tagalog tanong.
Kahit Tagalog. Meron ba mga tanong? Just send us questions via Zoom chat box or FB Live. Meron po ba? Or you can raise your hand na lang. Kumusta naman ang mga love life natin, Nak?
Career, sir. Career focus.
You're not getting any younger, Nak. Pero okay yan. Very inspiring naman yung 9 years. Actually, ako din, 7.5 consecutive years of successful cheating.
Same, sir.
Wala yung successful cheating. That's just a joke.
Successful cheating.
Meron po bang questions from our participants? Okay, kung wala po, meron po tayong evaluation form dyan sa baba. Don't forget to evaluate para po makakuha tayo ng certificate. Sa anak, meron pa bang mga other thing that you wanted to share with our participants this morning?
Wala naman. Just feel free to reach me out on my socials na pinost ko a while ago. So if you really want to have someone to talk to with regards to anything, feel free to reach me out. I'll be there to help.
Motivational speaker na talaga.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again. Thank you so much, Nak. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
friends.
sir.
Okay, please share po yung ating thank you. Thank you sa ating speaker. Please share the certificate of appreciation. So ngayon po ako ay one-man team with of course assistance pala ng aming mga staff dito sa Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. Ma'am Okindo is also attending the DAP training in Tagaytay. Our Director of Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. Ma'am Jane is currently on leave. My partner, one of the chief dito sa office, kaya ako pa rin ang assigned for this. So, to read the citation, Polytechnic University of the Philippines Office of Vice President for Student Affairs and Services, Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. This certificate of appreciation is hereby given to Engineer Prensil Orven B. Abueg, a Unity game developer, instructor, lecturer, De La Salle University College of St. Benilde, in grateful acknowledgement of his engagement and insightful academic contribution as resource speaker, imparting unparalleled knowledge and expertise on the topic beyond the mainstream, finding success in niche field during the webinar series with the Balik Sintang Paaralan, the PUP Alumni Webinar held on February 21 via Zoom and Facebook Live, given this 21st day of February 2024 at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, signed by Engineer Florinda A. Soquindo, ARCDO Director, and Professor Tomas O. Testor, the Vice President for Student Affairs and Services. Thank you, Engineer Renz Abueg.
Thank you.
Pakitanggap ng aming certificate, ng iyong certificate virtually. Thank you, thank
Well
you.
received.
Okay. So may I request everyone po to open your camera for the photo op. Tech team, kindly assist me on this. Thank you. Kailan ka magbabalik Sintang Paaralan naman para mag-share ng iyong
After Master sir.
Saan ka nag-enroll?
Wala pa po, mag-start pa lang.
Start ka na.
May binild din po kasi may package.
Okay. Picture. Asa na tayo na? Tech team. Okay. Just keep on smiling. Flip na. We have how many slides? 11. 11 gallery. 8. 6 pa lang pala. Masyado akong advance. Ang dami mga faculty ng College of Engineering. 8. Ayan, nandyan sila, Sir Kines, Sir Lito, ang aking kaibigan, Sir Perdy. Hi, Sir.
Oh, sir.
At ang laging very supportive faculty, Sir Gallego. Hi, Sir. Hello, Sir. Mabuhay. Sir Jake Binuya. Hello, Sir.
Last slide.
Last slide na daw po.
Okay na po.
So once again, maraming salamat po sa ating participants. Maraming salamat sa mga faculty who are with us this morning. Don't forget po to evaluate especially for the students para po makareceive tayo ng certificate. So to all participants, thank you ulit. Engineer Reza Bueg. Mag-usap tayo later.
Yes po.
To all participants, do not forget to answer the evaluation form posted po in our chat box, in the Zoom, and also in the Facebook page rather, for you to receive your e-certificate through your email. Kindly visit the PUP Alumni Facebook page, then like and share the webinar live stream video so that other students and alumni can also be able to learn and inspire from our webinar. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our morning session. Thank you. Thank you all for taking the time from your busy schedules to join us this morning. It's been a pleasure to host this event, and I hope you were inspired by the talk of Engineer Prensil Orven Bautista Abueg. Once again, I'm Engineer Rulito Mahagway, your Master of Ceremony and moderator for this event. God bless everyone and be safe. So before we part ways this morning, let's all sing with enthusiasm the PUP hymn.
Hallelujah.
maraming